Alright, what's up, boys? Haithi back with another mid lane guide. I know a lot of people didn't request HEIMDALLAR as a mid lane guide, but I had people on the stream request it, and I think HEIMDALLAR is fucking OP dumb as shit right now. And if you want to climb in ranked and you play mid, just fucking play this character. This character is fucking brain dead OP. So I thought I'd teach you guys how to play it so you could actually climb in your fucking ranked games. All right. Again, if you enjoyed the guide, like, subscribe, all that shit, you know, people say to do. I'm be real, I don't know what liking and subscribing do. I guess it helps with the algorithm, but I have no fucking idea. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Show your friends, because anytime the view count goes up, that's an ego boost for me, you know? Gets me feeling all rowdy and shit. Alright, we're gonna get right into it. Bye-bye. Alright, heading right into it. First thing I'm going to show you guys is builds. I know a lot of you don't care about, you know, the mechanics and what the god does, even though I think you should. And you should definitely watch the entire video to know exactly what this fucker can do. But if you just want to see a good mid lane HEIMDALLAR build, this is it. This build can also work in the ADC, although I know some people prefer attack speed HEIMDALLAR in ADC, while in mid you primarily go like power and pen. So the build is going to be level 1, Hunter's Blessing, Transcendence 1, yeah, Morningstar. Your first back should be Boots 2, and then you'd eventually finish with Warrior Tabi, go into full Transcendence. Oh, and of course you buy Beads, usually as your first relic. Then after Transcendence, you go, oh, Wrath. You'd go Crusher if they don't have healing, and then Brawlers if they have a lot of healing. So I'm just going to say I don't have healing, so I'm going to buy Crusher. After Crusher, here's where the build gets different. If you want to buy Magi's 4th on this god is really good, and I'm going to show you why. It's because of your 3. Obviously, you know, if you use your 3, it lets you teleport. And if you get CC'd while using your 3, the teleport stops. If you have Magi's, you can stand in your 3, and they cannot stop you from TPing unless they kill you. It is impossible, because usually you'll teleport by the time your Magi's is over. So if they have a lot of CC or something you need the beads, like Ares ult, Daji ult, shit like that, I'd get Magi's. If they don't, I really like 4th item Titan's Bane on this character. 4th item Titan's Bane into Heartseeker is super good. You're going to one-shot squishies and do a fuck ton of damage with tanks to this build. And then you sell your Hunter's Blessing for whatever you think is going to be good here. Bloodforge is a really good item because it gives you a shit ton of power. If you want some more... Oh, what the fuck is this? Alright, ignore that. Bloodforge gives you a shit ton of power and lifesteal. Aussie gives you not as much power, but it gives you attack speed and flat pen. I recommend going Aussie or Bloodforge last, but if you want to go like Mantle, that's fine. If you want to slap in like a breastplate earlier this build and shift all the items down by 1, that's fine as well. It's just realistically, by the end of the game, you want these 5 core items. And then I'm just going to throw in a last item, Bloodforge, usually because this is my go-to. Alright, so this would be your ideal HEIMDALLAR build. Hey, it's Haithi from the future. I forgot to mention, also, 2nd relic Aegis. So beads Aegis what you want your relics. That's pretty self-explanatory, but you know what? I feel like I should still say it just in case some people don't know. Alright, on to the next part. Alright, next we're going to go over HEIMDALLAR's kit. This is going to be what his abilities do really in depth. So if you already know what his abilities do, you can skip this section, but I recommend you watch it anyways, because this guy has a bunch of shit that his kit does that you may not know. He has a bunch of little shit, right? So I highly recommend you watch this part, but if you don't want to, because you already feel like you know what he does, go ahead and skip it. Also, I'm not going to be going over the mechanics of his kit right now. We're going to do that in the mechanics section. Right now, I'm just going to go over what exactly his kit does. To make it a lot easier, we're going to go over his passive, then his 3, then his 1, then his 2, then his ult, alright? So the first thing we're going to start off with is HEIMDALLAR's passive. The Vigilant, I believe it's called. Woo! I was right. It is the Vigilant. The Vigilant has 2 different parts. The first part you can see right here. These little 5 stones, alright? The more people HEIMDALLAR has vision on, the more power he gets. Obviously, in any given game, there's only going to be 5 enemies max, so you'd only get 5 stones at once. I'm in a jungle practice, and you have permanent vision on, like, how many, like 10 Odin bots down there, so these stones are always maxed out. But say you're in a Conquest game and you're in duo lane and you don't see their duo lane, but their mid laner sees their mid, their jungler doesn't see their jungler, but their solo laner sees their solo, you would only have vision on 2 out of 5. So that means you would have 2 stones. And obviously the more stones you have, the more physical power you get. If you lose vision on people, the physical power goes away, stuff like that, right? So that's part 1 of his passive. The more people you can see, the more vision you have. Part 2 of his passive is where he gets really, really cool, alright? Oh, sorry about that. Heimdallar gets 4 seconds of bonus vision on all targets. What this means is normally, say this is an enemy god right here. Say this is an enemy god, and then I'm playing whatever, and then they're looking at me and I walk behind this wall. They can't see me anymore. They don't have vision, unless there was like a ward back here, of course, but they don't have vision. So the moment I go over here, they can't see me anymore. If I'm playing Heimdallar, I get 4 bonus seconds, which means if I'm here, and that's a Heimdallar, and I walk behind the wall, it'd be 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds. Now they can't see me. So you get 4 seconds of bonus vision. Oh god, excuse me. This works on wards as well. So say someone is, so say this is a ward, and this is the end of the ward range right here, this line. The moment you cross this line, that person wouldn't be able to see me anymore. But if, but with Heimdallar, it's the moment you cross the line out of ward vision, then it's 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, and now the ward wouldn't be able to see me anymore. This also works with characters that go stealth. So say a Loki stealths in front of you. For the first 4 seconds of his stealth, you can see him. Same goes with Morrigan, Izanami, Ao Kuang, Jormungandr, any character with stealth. Anyone does anything, you get 4 bonus seconds of sight on them. So his passive is pretty fucking strong. Alright, the next ability we're going to go over is Heimdallar's 3, the Bifrost, I believe it. Yep, it is the Bifrost. Heimdallar's Bifrost is probably one of the most cool abilities in the game, and it actually does a lot of shit, alright? So, I'm just going to go all the way over here to show you what it does originally. So, say this is the beginning of the game, I have a Bifrost, and I level my Bifrost. What it does is you put down a portal. This portal alone does nothing. Obviously, you see this line, because I already had portals over there, so it's connected to something. When you place down a second portal, that's when it gets good. These portals are connected. So if you go in one, you'd come out the other. I'll show you right now. I go into this one, come out this one. So that's what the portals do. What they also do is they have this little line in the middle, alright? What this line does is if any enemies walk through this line, you'll get vision on them. And if you combine this with your passive, you'll get 5 seconds of vision on them. Because, you know, you'll get 1 second when they pass, and then normally your vision would end. But because of your passive, you get 4 extra seconds. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you could see someone covering all this ground if they walk through the center of your Bifrost. Also, the way the cooldown for your Bifrost works is there's a set minimum cooldown. So as you see, if I travel through this, it's a 15-second cooldown. But if I made it even shorter, like right here, we'll just wait for the, you know, the cooldown to reset. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If I travel through this, it's also a 15-second cooldown. So there's a base minimum 15-second cooldown no matter how short it is. But the longer you TP, the longer you TP, the larger the cooldown. So if I put one Bifrost over here, I'm just going to move all the way down here to spawn. Put one over here. Now, if I travel through the Bifrost, the cooldown will be a lot longer. Obviously, this tether is a lot longer as well. The other thing is, the longer the teleport, the longer it takes you to TP. So as you notice down there, I TP'd probably with like in 0.5 seconds. This Bifrost is a lot longer, so if I stand in it, it takes around 3 seconds to TP, and my cooldown is now 40 instead of 15. So the longer the teleport is, the more cooldown you get, and the longer the initial, like, standing in the Bifrost thing takes, alright? So that's adjusted this ability. The middle part gives you vision, combined with your passive is really strong. And then these, then the teleporters are pretty straightforward. You stand in them. If you get CC'd, the teleport does get cancelled, so make sure if you're, like, about to get CC'd, you beads before you step in here. Also, if you're playing Heimdallar if there's a Heimdallar on the enemy team and you see his teleporter, when it does this animation of it about to break, that means the teleport's about to come back up. All right. And the longer the TP is, the higher the cooldown, and the longer it takes to teleport. Also, another thing that seems to confuse people, when you use it, your cooldown doesn't appear here, normal abilities, it appears over here. So make sure you're looking at your passive meter, because that's where the cooldown is, alright? The next thing we're going to go over is Heimdallar's 1, Piercing Shot? Piercing Sight. I was close, though. I was close, alright? Heimdallar's 1, pretty straightforward. You see that circle right there? That's a sword. You throw your sword in the air, and then you can command it to come down and do damage. Also, you can throw your sword in the air, right-click, and auto-attack, and then it's out for 10 seconds in total, and then any time within that time, I can throw it down. This also works over walls, of course, so I can throw my sword over the wall here, and then I can command it to come down on this Odin bot. It also works over walls like this. Throw it on that side of the wall. I can walk over here, throw it on those minions. This sword also has infinite range, by the way. So as long as it's within the 10 seconds, it'll do its thing. So if I throw the sword out over here, and then I start backing, see, you can see the sword cooldown here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then I can command it to come here, and then there it comes, even though I threw it over there. It has infinite range. Sorry about that. The other thing this sword does is when I press the key, as you can see, there's this giant circle. You see this white line over here? There's a giant circle that appears. And you may be wondering, what the fuck's that giant circle? Your sword also gives you vision on enemy gods, alright? So let me just show you an example of that. I have no vision of any of the Odin bots except for this one right here and that one. But as you know, there are 2 other Odin bots right there, and I don't have vision on them. So, but if I throw my sword out right here, as you can see the big circle, the 2 Odin bots are in it, I throw my sword out, I get vision on them now. So your sword also acts as like a giant fucking ward. So you can just throw your sword out into the air, scout enemies when it's about to run out, you just throw it down for damage. This also works for your passive. So say this Odin bot is moving, I throw my sword out and he walks out of my sword, but once I've hit him, my passive is still seeing him when he walks out. Also, if someone's revealed by your sword, they get this effect on him. You guys can see this circly effect. They get that on him. So your sword does a shit ton of damage, can go over walls, has infinite range, and is a giant fucking ward. See that giant circle? Like, that's insane. I'm just gonna show you guys a giant ward circle one more time. Like, look at this shit. Hold on, I'll show you another example of how good this thing can be. I'll spawn a Neath bot. I'll spawn a Neath bot here. I'm on another section entirely. Oh, well, I guess you get permanent vision of Neath bot, so I guess this doesn't work. But normally you wouldn't be able to see Neath bot. Now I can just click my 1, and that would give me vision of her, and I'm all the way over here. Also, the way your sword travels also gives you vision. So say I throw my sword over here. Oh, hold up. Say I throw my sword over here. Those Odin bots aren't in vision range of the sword, those Odin bots down there. But if I make my way down here, and I command my sword to attack here, when it comes flying down, it procs this vision. So all these guys got hit by the vision as it was coming down. So say you're in mid lane, or you're in any part of the jungle, and you throw your sword, and then you start backing, and then you command your sword to come here. When your sword travels down the map, it'll give you vision on everything it traveled over, alright? So Heimdallar's 1 is a really sick ability. OP as fuck. The next ability we're going to talk about is Heimdallar's 2. Somehow even better than the 1, arguably. Well, I think pre-nerf, his 2 was probably his best ability, and after nerf, maybe not as much. Heimdallar's second ability is Gallus Horn, I'm not sure how you say it. It's basically a circle around you and a giant cone. You do tick damage to everything in the cone and in the circle, and then after, I believe it's 5 ticks, you do a bunch of burst damage to the people in the cone. So I'll show you an example on nothing quick. So I blow my horn doing damage in a circle in the cone. Oh, and then the explosion will go off. That was weird. I do damage to a bunch of people in a circle in the cone, and then it explodes. So if I did it to this Odin bot, here he's taking the horn damage in the cone, but that's it. And then if I were to get up in his face to where the circle is hitting him as well, he takes a bunch of tick damage, and then the cone does damage to him and knocks him up as well. Remember, the cone is burst. Oh, excuse me, sorry. This cone is just tick damage, and then the circle is tick damage plus the knockup. So at the end, he gets knocked up and takes a bunch of burst damage. Also, the horn does slow. So if someone's far away from you, you can use this to catch up. You know, you're slowing them down, and then you knock them up right away. Alright, so that's just the gist of his horn. The thing that makes his horn really insane is it's huge. Like, it's fucking big. Like, look, I can hit all of these Odin bots at once. That's insane. So his horn is huge and does a shit ton of damage. This shit hits hard, alright? His last and final ability, and probably one of the coolest abilities in the game, is HEIMDALLAR's ult, Through the Realms. So HEIMDALLAR's ult is pretty straightforward. I'm just going to show you what it looks like when you hit nothing. You dash forward, and you basically Kumba ult someone, but they take a lot more damage, get banished for a lot more time, and it isn't just an up-down. So if you were to miss, here's what the ult looks like. If you were to connect with someone, oh my god, I have to wait to you know what if I do this? I'll put a Bifrost here, and then here's reset cooldown. I'll put a Bifrost here, and then I can reset my cooldown. Ooh, TP in, nice. So if you were to hit someone, I'll show you what it looks like. You would basically punch them, and they go through the sky into a portal, and then a circle would appear, and this is where they're gonna land. As you can see, there's an outer ring in the circle. With the outer ring, there's an inner ring, sorry. When the inner ring reaches the outer ring, that's when the person's gonna land. I'll show you that one more time. So ult, they go into the air, the inner ring is expanding to the outer ring. When it touches the outer ring, they land, alright? This ability does a shit ton of damage, and it banishes someone for 3 seconds. And I know I said I wouldn't go over any mechanics right now, but pro tip, I'll go over this in the mechanics section as well, but pro tip, when you ult someone, they're gonna land whatever direction you are looking when the ult touches. So normally, if I ult this Odin bot, I'll show you with this Odin bot right here. Normally, if I ult this Odin bot this way, they're gonna land in front of me, either here, here, or here, just somewhere in front of me. But if I ult him, oh, let's make our way back. If I ult him and then flip my camera this way, he's gonna land over here. So he goes wherever your camera is. It's not just the way you impact it. It's wherever your camera wants to be, alright? And that's Merlin. That's HEIMDALLAR's kit overview, alright? Alright, the next thing we're going to go over on Merlin is Merlin. Why do I keep calling HEIMDALLAR Merlin? I have brain damage, forgive me. Next thing we're going to go over HEIMDALLAR is his level order, alright? Level 1, you almost always want to get your 1. I don't see any. Maybe you can get your 2 if you're invading, but usually you want to get your 1. Level 2, you want to always get your 2. Level 3, here's where it gets tricky. If you just want to, like, you know, clear wave and, like, you're not worried about getting jumped on or dove, I'd say put another point into your 1. But you can also put a point into your Bifrost if you feel unsafe or you feel like you're going to get ganked. Also, you may ask, why not max a 2? It does a shit ton of damage, and it can hit the wave easier. The 2 I used to max pre-nerf, but the 2 did get nerfed, and the 1 has better burst damage, so that's why you max the 1. So level 3, normally I get the 1. Level 4, you get your Bifrost. Level 5, you get your ult. Level 6, the 1 again. Level 7, the 1. Level 8, I tend to hold a point. Level 9, the 1 and the ult. Level 10, the 2. Level 11, the 2. Level 12, the 2. Level 13, the ult. Level 14, the 2. Level 15, the 3. Level 16, the 3. Level 17, the ult. Level 18, the 3. Level 19, the 3. And then level 20, the ultimate. Alright, so his level order is pretty straightforward. Just 1 max and a 2 max and a 3 max. And then putting a point in your ult whenever you can. Alright, the next thing, and probably one of the most important things we're going to go over, is HEIMDALLAR mechanics, alright? So, HEIMDALLAR is a hunter, but he's not like a normal hunter with a 1-1-1-1 attack chain, alright? I'd say every hunter in the game, minus Izanami, has a 1-1-1 attack chain. And then HEIMDALLAR also does, similar to Izanami, does not have a 1-1-1 attack chain. He has a 1.3, 1.3, and 1.5. But the cool thing is the 1.3, did they nerf it? Is it still 1. Oh, it's 1. Wait. It's either 1.3 or 1.25. I can't remember. Oh, it's 1. It used to be 1.3, but I guess they nerfed the damage to 1.25. But remember, this auto, the first 2 swings, so the 1.2 or the 1.25 are AoE swings, alright? What I mean by that is usually when you're a hunter and you auto attack something, it's going to hit one thing. With HEIMDALLAR, your first 2 auto attacks in your chain hit in an AoE. You see how I hit the big red buff, but the smalls died as well? So it's an AoE. Oh god, well I kind of one-shot the buff, but it's an AoE. I'll try and show you on this Odin bot quick. I'm just going to put everything back to instant cast, because that's what I use. So, you know, showing you guys mechanics is going to be a lot more comfortable. Normally, if I'm playing a hunter and I auto one person, it would hit one person. But since I have AoE, it hits all 3. Second one hits all 3 as well. And then the third auto attack is a big damage auto, and it only hits one person. So it's small AoE auto, big single target auto. That's how his attack chain works. So just remember that for when you're boxing. You don't want to get hit by the third auto, because that one swings. And the first 2 can hit you in AoE, so hiding in creeps isn't the best option. Now I'm going to show you HEIMDALLAR's like bread and butter one-shot combo, alright? Here's the ideal HEIMDALLAR combo, and there are 2 different ways to do it. The first way is auto attack, cancel into your horn, knock up, auto attack, alt, sword in the air, and then drop, and then use a sword on them as they land. What I mean by that is this. So I'll do it really slow for you guys, and then I'll speed it up. So it would be auto attack, horn. When the horn knocks them up, you auto attack again, then you ult the person, then you throw your sword in the air. As they land, you command the sword to hit them, alright? That's the combo slowed down. I'm just going to come back here to get my cooldown quick to show you the combo sped up. Sped up, it would be like this. It'd be auto 2, auto ult 1. Oh, I fucked up my sword there. The sword can come out faster, but you guys got the gist of it. Let me show you it one more time. It'd be auto 2, knock up, auto ult 1, command the 1 to come down and hit him up. What the fuck? Okay, I fucked it up big that time, but you guys know what I meant, alright? Also, what you can do in this combo is if you use your full horn on someone, that gives them a lot of time to react, to like dash away, use a relic. Because look, the horn stays out for 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds, right? So what normally I do and I recommend you do is you want to go auto 2, cancel auto. Did I knock him up over my ult? I didn't even know you could do that, alright? But you'd want to cancel your horn early with your right click or your cancel key, whatever it is, to get an instant knock up and then into your ult. So I'll show you what I mean by that again. I'll do it real fast. So auto 2, cancel, auto ult, in the air, sword out, and then hit him with the sword as he lands, alright? I'll slow it down now for if you guys want to see it in a slowed down version. It would be, come here Odin, auto 2, cancel, auto, and then while he's still in the air by the knockup, you alt, use 1, wait for him to land, throw the 1 at him as he lands, and then you would auto attack him down. But realistically with this build, if you do that on a squishy, they're gonna die. For example, I'll show you on this Neith. Neith should die. If not, she's gonna live with 1 HP. And normally people aren't like 100% HP all the time, so it'd be auto 2, cancel, auto ult 1. Oh, she might land on Guan Yu, summoning with Guan Yu. Oh, wow. Okay, so yeah, I didn't even need the sword. Just my ult killed him. The other combo that's really good on HEIMDALLAR is with your 1. You want to throw your 1 in front of someone's path, and the 1 usually takes a long time to come down, but then you can horn someone to get hit by the 1, because remember, your horn slows. So I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by that quick. I'm just going to put a Bifrost here and a Bifrost here. So I 1, and then this Odin bot's going to be walking into the 1, and then I slow him into it to make sure he gets hit. That's a bunch of burst damage. So I would 1, throw it in front of him, slow him into it, then I'd auto ult, and he still gets hit by the full combo, and then as he lands, I can throw another auto at him. Now here's the cool part about your 3, alright? Your 3 can actually do a shit ton of shit. The first thing your 3 can do is, regarding to your combos anyways, is your sword is infinite range. So you can go through your 3 with your sword and then throw it down and covers the map. The other really cool thing you can do that people don't know about is if I'm 3ing here, and I put my other 3 here, we'll just wait for the cooldown to end. Oh god, sorry. You can activate your second ability, your horn, in your 3, and it'll work throughout the 3. So I can walk in, start 2ing, and as you see, when I come into this side, I'm already 2ing. And then you may be thinking, well, that's not that big. How the fuck would that ever help someone? Here's some cool shit you can do with Heimdall. If you're chasing someone down, you can, I'm just gonna wait for these to come off cooldown. You can 3 in front of you, and then you can 3 in front of you again, and it'll instantaneously teleport you a short little Merlin blink distance to cover ground. So like, even though your character doesn't have a dash, this basically acts as a dash. And you may think, well, this little area is super fucking small, and Agni dash doesn't even go this far. This is about the range of a Merlin blink, alright? This is like half an auto attack. So if you think Merlin blink is a good escape, well, this is basically it. So say you're chasing someone down, or you're running away, you can hit him with the, you can hit him with the 3, then 3 instantaneously teleport, cover some ground. If I'm chasing someone down, I can hit him with the, well, if this shit will come off cooldown. I'm just gonna go over here, reset the cooldown quick. Oh, that doesn't reset the cooldown on my Bifrost? What the fuck? I didn't know that. Oh my god, I accidentally leveled the level 0. So you can use your horn with this as well. So you can 3 in front of you, horn, and then you can chase down people with your horn. Because remember, your horn slows. So you get a short little blink into a horn damage. Because normally I am here, right? And say I want to chase those Odin bots. I can't auto from here, and I can't horn them from here, so I can't chase them down. But if I use this little Bifrost trick where I'm walking, and I place a Bifrost, and then I place another Bifrost as I touch this one, and I start horning, I instantaneously blink into their range, and they'll be in horn range to slow them down. Alright? So that's some of his base mechanics. You want to use your 1 with setup, either off your ult or your horn. You want to make sure to use your 3 sparingly, and remember this little chase down trick. Also, it takes some time to get used to this, so I recommend going into a jungle practice and just doing this on cooldown, walking 3, TPing. That can feel weird at times, so I highly recommend you go into a jungle practice and just keep practicing that. Your 2 is a really good ability, especially in team fights, because, obviously you can do shit like this. Say there's an enemy team, you can horn all 5 of them and slow them all. Your 3 is a really good ability. Remember to use it as a blink or an escape. I'll show you how to use it in escape in the next part, where I show you how to use this god in Conquest. And then your ult. Oh, I guess I forgot to mention this part about your ult. So your ult normally ult people, and they'll land whatever way you're looking. So in this case, I was looking forward, so he's gonna land here, 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 somewhere in this general area, right? But oh, I need to go get reduced cooldown again. No, or reset cooldown. But if I flip my camera, this Odin will land which direction I'm looking at. So if I flip my camera this way, he's gonna land behind me, right? So if you're getting dove, you can ult someone and flip your camera behind you, and then he'll land in the center of your team. So say you're just chilling as Heimdall, you're minding your own business, someone fucking appears in front of you to dive you, and your entire team is behind you, you can just go bop, bop, and then you're gonna land behind you, and your entire team can help follow up and fuck them up, right? Ow, my back. This also can send people over walls sometimes if you're too close to walls. So say I ult an Odin bot right here, sometimes he's gonna land on the other side of the wall. I don't know if it's gonna, maybe I'll try it with this Odin bot. If I ult him, of course you don't see his little targeter, which means I was too close to the wall, so he's landing over here. So remember, if you're too close to a wall, they're gonna go over the wall, so be wary of that. And you can turn your camera. This isn't like some super secret trick where you have to click some button. It's literally just turn your camera in any direction you want. So ult, turn it this way, he's gonna go that way. Alright? So those are your basic Heimdallar mechanics. Also, your 2, I showed it in the combo, but I want to make sure you guys really get this. Your 2 auto attack cancels really well. So auto 2, explode auto is really good. Like, look how fast this cancels. Auto 2. You don't even get to see my auto attack come out, and then my horn already starts. So make sure you're using your 2 as an auto attack cancel at any chance you get. Here's another trick for burning objectives / clearing a wave. Obviously, your first 2 autos are AoE, and then your 3rd auto is a big auto. And your 3rd also comes out slower as well. So even though your 3rd auto does less damage, comes out slower, it's actually more DPS to do auto, and then keep autoing like that. And you may be wondering, well, how do I do that? Heimdallar's 3 actually resets his attack chain. So I can auto 3, auto 3, auto 3, auto 3, auto 3. This way my attack speed is technically faster because I never have to do my big auto. And if you're clearing a wave, you're always going to be AoE hitting the wave, alright? So that's something really cool you can do with your 3 if you always want to be AoE hitting. But remember, you have to give up your TP to do that because you're putting your teleporter in front of you. So it is kind of risky, but it is really helpful, especially on objectives, like I'll show you on this Gold Fury. I can auto 3, auto 3, auto 3, and my attack speed is just way higher. The last thing I should mention about his ult is if you miss his ult, you still get CC immunity for like, I'd say a second and a half, where you can't auto attack or anything, but you can walk around. Like right now, see this? I was walking around for like a second, like a second with CC immunity. You can't auto attack or anything, but you can still move around with CC immunity if you miss his ult. And I think that covers everything about Heimdallar mechanics just in general. And now I'm gonna go into Conquest and show you how to use them exactly. Oh my god, that's my phone. I'm sorry. I forgot I had an alarm set up. Forgive me. Alright, we're going to get right into it with level 1 on Heimdall. Level 1, you'd want to get Hunter's Blessing, Tier 1 Transcendence, and I like going triple health, 1 mana, but you can go 2 health, 2 mana, you can go 2 health, 2 Malphite, it's whatever you prefer. I think 3 health, 1 mana is the best, and then 9 times out of 10 you're going to want beads. Obviously, I'm level 20 in this situation, and I'm like, you know, have max gold, but I'm just showing you what you do at level 1. You level your 1 once. Oh god, excuse me, sorry. Ugh. And then you just chill right here and you just wait. And I always forget how AIDS it is to sit here and wait for my buffs to spawn. It always makes me so sad. Dun, 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 dun. Obviously, you know, you'd have a jungler here as well to like do the buff with you, but in this scenario we don't. I wish I did. Man, maybe I should just start getting someone to come in and fill in this jungle. Alright, minions that spawned. Daily reminder, your sword has 10 seconds in the air. So what I like to do is around 11 or 12 seconds, I throw my sword out for vision in case anyone's going to invade. And then I keep my target over here. And then obviously my jungler would pull the buff, start doing the buff. I'd throw my sword at it, my sword would hit it. He would kill the buff, and then I'd get all the farm needed to, you know, do my thing. I'd come to the mid wave. Again, I'm level 20, so I'm probably going to clear this wave a lot faster than normal. You'd auto-attack the mid-wave down. You throw your sword on the archers. Keep autoing it down. And then normally you'd hit level 2 here. Then you take a point into your 2. Then you do this with your 2. And then you come back mid, and then you farm mid, and then you continue the game, you know, with your normal mid lane path. But that's what you want to do level 1 when you spawn into the game. Alright, now I'm going to show you how to play him in Conquest in general. If you want, I have a Heimdallar gameplay video on my channel already. I'll put that in the description. But if not, here's just some like really big tips that you're going to want for Conquest. In Conquest, if you're just farming in mid in general, you always want to keep a Bifrost right there. This is in case whenever you're fighting here, if at any point anyone jumps on you, you can just Bifrost, TP away to safety easily, and because of this Bifrost being in this spot, the cooldown will never be too long. It'll always be like a pretty generous cooldown. As you can see, going from here to here was only like a 22-second cooldown. So you always want to keep a Bifrost in this area back here. And if you want, you can keep one over here as well, or over there. But I think these two spots are more risky, because obviously they could still chase you, and they can't chase you here, because, you know, they'd be diving the tower. And you want to make sure you always set up a Bifrost pre-fight. So say I'm coming to come fight in the Gold Fury, there's a Gold Fury fight, I want to make sure I place a Bifrost right here, or right here, somewhere behind me. Because if I start fighting here, and I need a Bifrost out, my Bifrost is here, it's going to take me a full second and a half to teleport, which means they could kill me. But if I place my Bifrost right behind me and I'm fighting here, they go on me, teleport out instantly, and I only get a short cooldown. you always want to keep your Bifrost up and ready to go. You always want to keep your Bifrost generally close to you, but far enough to where you won't get in trouble. So imagine I'm defending this T1. I put a Bifrost here. And now I'm in this area. I'm defending. Say hi to Kumbaba. Oh my god. Okay, Kumbaba. What the fuck? What the fuck's your problem, dog? No, fuck you. What the fuck? Mantle? Wait, there's no way. There's no way Kumbaba lives this. Oh my fucking god. I just got styled on by Kumbaba. You know what? Get back to how to play him, man. So if you're defending the T1, you put a fucking Bifrost back in this area. If you're defending this T1, you put a Bifrost in this area. If you're defending Fire Giant and you're over here, you put a Bifrost in like this area. You'd always want to keep a Bifrost behind you, but not close enough to where you instant teleport, but far away enough to where people don't automatically see you and go for you. Also, it's really strong to keep your Bifrost over walls. Because if I put my Bifrost right here, and I'm standing right here, and someone goes on me and I Bifrost out, they can see my Bifrost right there. But if it's behind a wall like it is over here, and I'm fighting at Fire Giant and someone goes on me, I can just Bifrost out, and I go over a wall, so they lose vision of me as well. Alright, so the key to playing Heimdallar and Conquest is always having a Bifrost behind you. If you're sieging a Phoenix, I'm just gonna, instead of walking all the way to their Phoenix, I'm just gonna show you what I mean at my Phoenix. So let's walk on over here, bop bop bop. Oh god, excuse me. So say I'm sieging this Phoenix right here. Ideally, you want to put a Bifrost back here, and you want to have this area warded. That way, if you're fighting on the Phoenix here, you're going bop, bop. Someone goes on you, I'll see you later, and then you're out in safety. You can also put Bifrosts here and here if you're sieging Phoenixes, because, you know, but the only difference is, if they go on you here, they'll see you Bifrost there, and thall chase you faster. Same goes with mid Phoenix, same goes with buffs. Just have a general, like, area. So, like, say you're fighting here, you want to walk in a certain direction for, I'd say, like, 10 seconds, place your Bifrost. You want to make sure your Bifrost is always in a close enough range to you, but always, never make it too far away. Don't forget to place it. Because remember, if I put my Bifrost here, and I forget that my Bifrost is there, and I fight at Gold Fury, I'll show you what I mean. So that's the general Bifrost you always want to have up if you're just playing in mid. But say I forget to place a Bifrost around me, and I'm fighting at Gold Fury, and I need to get out. I place my Bifrost down, and it took me almost 2 full seconds to get through that, and I got almost a 35-second CD. Like, your CD goes up by a fuck ton, and your, oh, excuse me, the throat. And your teleport time takes forever as well. Also, another thing Heimdall is super strong at is super strong with is split pushing because of that auto attack cancel I taught you with your 3. Remember, going 1-1 cancel is faster than 1-1-1. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So instead of doing this and autoing a 3rd time, it is faster to go auto 3, auto 3, auto 3. Of course, this uses your escape, so make sure you're completely safe when you do this. If you're pushing like this, 3, auto 3, auto. Oh, I fucked it up there. But if you're pushing like this, auto. Let me get reset match. Auto 3, auto 3, auto 3, and someone jumps on you, you're fucked because your Bifrosts are both right here. You know, like you're gonna get fucked up pretty hard. So if you're doing the auto cancel trick, make sure you're completely safe and no one's going to be there to fuck you up. Another thing that I want to show you guys quickly is fighting at Gold Fury and Fire Giant with your sword. Say your team, say I'm on the order side obviously, which I am, and my team's right here and we're fighting at Fire Giant, or we're doing the Fire Giant. What you want to do is you want to just throw your sword up and then continue to do the Fire Giant and leave your sword there. Because your sword is getting vision of this entire area. So you can see when people are walking in. So you just leave your sword there. As it expires, you can command it to come attack the Gold Fury. But you just throw your sword up and let it chill there. Say the enemy team has pressure on Fire Giant and me and my team are chilling back here. You know, you can just chill back here. And what you do is you walk up, throw your sword up, walk away. Now your sword is giving you vision of the entire Fire Giant pit. And you can vibe. Same thing goes for Gold Fury. You throw your sword up there. It gives you vision of all this. So you can protect the Gold Fury. You throw your sword over here. I can't ping it, but you guys can see my mouse. And it gives you vision of this entire area, you know? So make sure you're using your sword for vision when you're doing these objectives, and right before your sword's vision runs out, you can throw it onto the ground. Also, a general rule of thumb is you usually never want to TP to lane with HEIMDALLAR because it takes a long cooldown out. Like here, I'll show you what I mean by that. If I put my Bifrost here, I back, and I Bifrost the lane, it puts my Bifrost on cooldown for 60 seconds. That's 60 seconds where you have no escape and you can be killed pretty easily. Oh, sorry. Of course, if you're pushing like a Phoenix or something and you need a reset quick, you can do that. You just gotta be wary that you're playing without your Bifrost. And that's his main like mechanics and what you gotta know for Conquest. Just make sure you're always wary of where your Bifrost is and what the cooldown is. Make sure it's always near you somewhere. Also, if you're sieging mid Phoenix, my favorite place to put the Bifrost is in the speed buff, because then you're fighting here and then you can. Well, my Bifrost is down, but you can Bifrost into the speed buff. Alright, so just make sure your Bifrost is always near you. Make sure to always use your sword for vision. That goes for sieging as well. Say I'm sieging this mid Phoenix with my team, and I want to check if anyone's here or here. I can just throw my sword out and I get vision of this entire area. The same thing goes over here, you know? Usually mages like to stand right here and throw some poke at you. What you can do is you can chill right here. Sorry, 1 second, my sword needs to come off cooldown. So mages usually like to stand over here. You can just throw your sword out and now you have vision of this entire area. So always use your sword for vision if possible. And always keep your Bifrost behind you. Obviously, for sieging this Phoenix, you put your Bifrost right there. Those are the two general rules of thumb and things you need to know about HEIMDALLAR. Alright, real quick, guys, something I forgot to mention. Hold up, I'll just buy a fucking speed pot. Let's run. Is, the best part about HEIMDALLAR in Conquest is he is the ultimate counter to stealth gods. Specifically, Morrigan and Loki. Morrigan and Loki cannot play the game with you on the map, and here's why. Morrigan and Loki's whole shtick is they want to go invisible, creep up behind you, peekaboo one of your carries, and one-shot them. With HEIMDALLAR, what you can do is you can just throw your sword in the air, and now if Morrigan and Loki can't go stealth, because this giant-ass area, you can see everyone. Even if they go invisible, your sword makes it so you can see them, alright? So if you're ever in a Conquest fight, at Fire Giant, at Gold Tier, anywhere, just make sure your team is grouped, and the moment you guys engage or you're going in, what you want to do is you just want to throw your sword in the air versus invisible gods, and no one can go near your backline, because you can see them. And then if they get near you, to unstealth them, you know, you could hit an auto attack, or you could just have a giant ass horn that they can't juke that'll instantly break their stealth. Obviously, that won't break Loki's stealth, but then it'll break Izanami's, Ao Kuang's, Morrigan, and, who am I missing? Jorm's stealth, you know? So this god fucks on stealth gods a lot. Because it's literally just sword in the air, they can't do anything. Because this giant-ass area is covered, and they can't hit you. If you're in mid, you can throw your sword right here. And then they can't hit you in this giant-ass area, because you'll see them coming. You're fighting a Gold Fury. Oh, I'm sorry, I just wanted to do that. You're fighting a Gold Fury, you just throw your sword out right fucking here. This giant-ass area, Loki and Morrigan can't flank you anymore. This character destroys invisible gods. If you play a god that relies on invisibility, you must ban HEIMDALLAR, or he's gonna make you fucking useless. Because he'll just throw your sword out the moment he sees you, he'll horn you to break your stealth, or to track you with damage ticks, and then it's over. You can't go stealth, you can't get in, they see you. So if you're ever against invisibility and you're wondering how to counter it, you want to know how to counter Loki or Morrigan, this god is it. He's the ultimate Loki and Morrigan counter. Alright guys, that was the HEIMDALLAR guide. I hope you enjoyed it, I hope you learned some shit, and I hope you start playing this god, because this god is kind of fucking nuts right now. He's really, really good, so if he gets through ban phase, I really recommend you pick him in mid. He kind of fucks on everyone. He has really small losing matchups. He fucks on gods with invisibility really, really, really hard. Like, he's just a really good pick. I know I've been slacking on the YouTube content lately, but that's because I've been streaming like 6 to 8 hours every weekday on Twitch. So if you don't follow me, go to twitch.tv/Haithi. If you want to come request me a god to play in mid and masters ranked, go for it. I don't care. I'll play whatever. I'm usually just vibing on there I usually start streaming around, I'd say 9-ish a.m. PST. So that's probably 1, 2, 3. That's like noon for you EST guys. That's usually when I start streaming, and I stream for like 6 hours, sometimes 8. So come drop by if you want to see shit. I'm gonna try and keep grinding on the YouTube. I know I've been slacking. Don't worry, more shit will come. Alright, thank you so much for enjoying the guide. Obviously, if you fucked with it, like it, all that shit, subscribe, and let me know what you thought in the comments. Bye, I love you.